Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a nice day today. Still cold out there, but I got let Nugget out. And for those of you who love winter, I hope you're really enjoying this. I will be very glad if we get an early spring, I'll tell you the truth. Okay, so let's see. It is time for story time with Miss Paula. And let's say hi. Oh, and the best is I saw this morning, it seems like TikTok is working normally again. Let's hope it continues. So, okay, so let's say hi to all our friends out there. Hi, Joe. Hi, Evelyn in Arizona. Hi, Emmy. Hi, Jake. Hi, Rory. Hi, Milan. Hi, Meadow. Hi, Nora. Hi, Jack. Hi, Woody. Hi, Eason. Hi, Leo. Hi, MJ. Hi, Kaylee. Hi, Vincent. Hi, Anthony. Hi, Christopher. Hi, Eric. Hi, Evan. Hi, Jackson. Hi, John. Hi, James. Hi, Alexandra. Hi, Callum. Hi, Carl. Hi, Brian. Hi, Trey. Hi, Vicente. Hi, Sodi. Hi, Parker. Hi, everyone else who's watching. And if you'd like me to mention you by name, just put your name in the comments and I will. Today's book is Tic-Tac-Toe Chicken by Kimberly Tso, illustrated by Louis Chin. So the author is Kimberly Tso. She wrote the story and Louis Chin drew the pictures. And I like the chicken there. Let's see, I see X's and O's in boxes for the tic-tac-toe game. Tic-tac-toe chicken. Okay, it's dedicated for Olivia from Kimberly Tso, and I don't read Chinese, but it's dedicated to someone in Chinese from the illustrator Louis Chin. Tic-tac-toe chicken by Kimberly Tso, illustrated by Louis Chin. New York City is not a great place for a chicken. It's crowded and loud and busy, but that is where Chinatown's most famous chicken lives. When tourists ask, where's the tic-tac-toe chicken, locals point them to a video game arcade on Mott Street. Now, the chicken isn't there anymore. I wish it was, but it's not. Deep inside the store, under the fluorescent lights and among the pings and dings from the video games, visitors find Lily, a real live chicken that plays tic-tac-toe. No one ever wins against her, but everyone loves the game anyway. That is, everyone except Beatrice. When Beatrice visits her cousins in the city, she always goes to see Lily. She worries that her smart little friend leads such a different life from the chickens who live in the backyard coop at her family's home upstate. At the arcade, Beatrice pesters her cousins and the big boss with questions. Does Lily ever go outside? Does she ever see other chickens? How can she walk on the wire floor?